Good evening and welcome to another video. As you can see, this is This War of Mine. It's by a developer called 11-Bit Studios, and as you can see from the possibly dreary looking outset of the front page and the dramatic music, you'll see that it's not going to be the most happier games necessarily, and you can also see down here some graffiti saying "fuck the war," which gives us a clue as to the theme of this game. So it is set in kind of a post-war scenario where there's very little food, very little water, and survival is effectively the key. You take on the role of multiple people within a house, each with abilities, so to speak, things they're good at and different traits. And you have to explore the world by leaving the comfort of your home. I say comfort, it's not really, and see if you can find more resources effectively. So see how we get on. So as you can see, I played this before, but not for a while. So we'll go for a new game. These two things here, they're actually different packs that you can get. So if you tick one, you get that one. So if we don't tick either, then we'll get a random one of those two. So I'll leave them unticked. These are the characters that we can choose. Some of them are like this one's DLC. This one's part of Final Cut. And these are some of the other people. So choose your story. Well, we'll just go random because, you know, I don't think it really matters who we have. They're all quite interesting as it happens. So let's just go random. And I know we're going to lose our current progress because I'm just going to start again. So if any of you have ever played the game Frostpunk as well, that is by the same people who make this. So some of the stylings you might notice here are similar. And the theme is possibly of the sort of similar, not dreary nature, but quite a serious theme. Okay, so this is effectively our bombed out, war-ridden home. You can hear gunfire in the back actually, so there's probably still some fighting going on in the distance. Okay. So we've got these three characters. I can't remember their names just from the photos, but I'm sure we'll learn them as the game goes on. In fact, they're written here. So when Civil War broke out, many people thought it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been years since government military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilian population trapped in the city are suffering from hunger, disease, and shelling. Katia met both Pavel and Bruno before the war. She used to be a reporter, while Bruno had his own television cooking show. Pavel was the star of the local football team. Katia even interviewed him once. Now they meet in dramatically different circumstances, looking for food and shelter. Right. Okay, so you'll see up here, obviously the time. Can we pause this just for a sec? No, because we can't see anything when we pause it. Wonderful. Okay, so we can see the temperature, that gets important. List of items, nothing. So that's obviously fantastic. When we've done everything, we can speed to the end of the day, or you will run out of time as per the time up here. So we can switch between characters. So fast runner, so he's probably good actually to be someone that we send on errands when he's not tired outside the house. Someone to cook maybe. You can see their individual biographies as well if you're interested. Drag for more. Nothing to drag. No, nothing to drag. Right, get rid of that. And yeah, and Katia, who is good at bargaining skills, and she's actually already slightly ill. So just a quick look around the house, we can see we can interact with various objects. So doors, this is an upgrade. This is how to build things here. We can interact with this cupboard because there's a hand, so it's just like an open situation. Doors are doors, I think I said. And we've also got a fridge, as you can see. There's a grayed out drink icon, a grayed out food icon. So can't do much here, and there's also some medicine. And we know Katia needs healing. We don't quite know what's wrong there. So I suppose the first thing that we need to do is to explore the things with the hand icon, because we might find things in cupboards. So who's not ill? We'll use him. We won't move her around because obviously she's not very well. So let's start with this one here. So if we just click on there, you can get them to run actually. If you just double click, speed it up. And these things do take certain amounts of time. So we've got some basic items in here. So we've got herbs, so good for medication and cigarettes. Components, good for making various things. We've got sugar, which is fermentation, so I think you make alcohol later on, and wood for heating, and we'll get stoves later, which you have to actually build. So we'll just keep exploring and try and get as much stuff as we can. And again, more of these things. In fact, just take all. There we go. So we've actually acquired some electrical parts this time and some other general parts. These will all come in handy. As you want to build things, it tells you what you need and how much of it. So while he's doing that, let's get some of the other guys to go and pick up some other bits. So we're going to clear this here so they can... I'm saying there's actually nothing there. There's probably no point, is there? So let's get him to go out here. And that'll probably involve him having to clear through one of these. So we might have to tell him independently to do that. Yeah, he's got to move the rubble. There we go. Which might take him about 5 years by the looks of it. But never mind. Right. How do we get on with... okay, he's got another issue with this as well. So let's clear that. So again, this will probably take a little while until we can, as you can see, it's taking some time to get to these other areas. And in the meantime, Katia can go up here. She's not well, but she needs to contribute. Can she not go up here? She can get up there. She doesn't need to go that way. You should go this way. Oh no, she can't. The ladder's broken. Okay, so there are... oh no, hang on a minute. You can go up the stairs. Come on. There she goes. Right, now she can get up here. Yeah. Oh no, that's blocked, I think. I don't think she can get through there, can she? Ah, cupboard. Let's get rid of this one. She can grab that one. Nice and quick. Right, more herbs. More sugar, more mechanical parts, and more electrical parts. All I'm sure will come in handy. So now we'll send her over to here. Got to dismantle the barricade, so that'll take a bit of time. The other two guys are nearly done. There's another cupboard up here as well, actually, which we might be able to go and get in a minute. But let's see what else she can recover. In fact, she could probably go outside, but now Pavel's done. There we go. What else have we found? Water. Clean water, which will be handy, and some nice raw food for cooking. So we'll just grab all. That would be easy, wouldn't it, if I just press that? There we go. So let's get him to go out here, which I think he can do now. And I think we've now finished up here as well. Break the door down. Okay, we've got in here lockpick. It's actually handy for things we can't unlock, funnily enough. We are limited in space, so sometimes the decision comes, you know, what do we get rid of? So we can fit something more important, that kind of thing. Okay, grab everything. There we go. And we'll get to all these resources. I know we're not actually using any of them yet, but we'll try and see what we can do with them in a moment. And what's this? Jewellery. Bartering item. There you go. Obviously some value for later when we've got to potentially trade. And we've got a lockpick to get into here. And we could use a lockpick to get into here. I'm not going to use that lockpick yet because I don't know what's ever got another lockpick here. So there's a spare one. But we've got two. Now, it's quite early in the game to be using that. We don't know what's in there. It might be something completely useless. And I know we get to explore the game as we go on. So I'm going to just hold fire a little bit. We could eat raw food if someone gets hungry. But it would be preferable to cook it. But to do that, you actually need to make a cooker and then use the wood to heat it. So we'll go and see what we can actually make. Can we put anyone else to good use? I mean, I guess she could be... She's saying that we need a lockpick to actually get through there, but... Okay, so just while we're thinking about that now, we can see what we can make now. At the moment, we can make a bed, for example, and a heater for when it gets cold. Radio is pretty neat because we can eventually sort of hear transmissions and see where a good place to go. Collect rainwater, obviously helpful. Moonshine, stoves, filter for water, for purifying, and fuel to heat things. So at the moment, I think food is probably quite important. So a little stove might be handy. So we need 10 of these components and 5 of those. So we've got them in abundance. So we will need some fuel to actually heat it, but we'll get this. So we'll choose where to place it. So you can literally just dump anything in wherever you want, really. So probably not direct. Can we put this in the kitchen, or is it just going to get in the way? Yeah, let's just pop it in the kitchen. Let's do that now. So is he now going to go and build that? Good. Okay. Is there anything else we can build? Let's send Katia down and get anything to clear. Yeah, we can clear this one as well. Might as well just get him doing something and just see what else we can build when Katia goes and has a look. So what else might be useful at this time? Well, we don't need to sit down. We've got chairs. Eventually we'll need to sleep. But do we have a bed? We don't actually have a bed yet, so maybe a bed would be handy, and then we can rotate sleeping duties. What we have at the moment is a chair. So we'll get her... Oh, wrong one. You carry on doing that, sorry. Katia needs to carry on building. So can you make a bed? So that's 6 components and 8 wood. That looks good. So we'll put the bed... We can't actually get through there yet, so we're supposed to be doing to clear that for some space if we need it. But a bed we could put here. Let's do that. She'll go off and build it. And we've built our stove now. So I've got to... And we can upgrade things, by the way. So I keep getting her to cancel things. You go and carry on. Right. So he could, in theory, upgrade the stove, I believe. Yeah, to an oven, which we can actually get, but then... You know, we'd use most of our components and our wood and our mechanical parts. So we could probably make do. This one here allows us to put some of our components in to burn or wood. So 1 wood or 4 components. This will last, this will take 3.3 hours to make, and we can choose to do as many as we want. I can't remember how long it burns for, but when we need to start eating and we can heat this food, yeah, I don't want him to eat that. I actually want him to cook on it. So once we've heated it, I think we can then use this. Yeah, see, look, we can use the food. It has to be heated first. And we've got water to actually use, and that will make like a soup or something. But we've got to light the fuel first. For 2 of those, has to be. But not too bothered about it yet, because no one's hungry yet, I don't believe. The only issue is Katia. Maybe some of these. Can she use these? We need like something to... There you go, the bed's ready. Maybe she's got something that she can make for the medicine cabinet. Oh, the night. Here we go. See, there's me dithering around. Right, this is what comes if you don't speed it up. So at least we've made some progress. We've built a couple of things and gathered some resources. So that's good. So now we can choose where we want to go. So we're in the shelled cottage, which is... No, sorry, we're here, sorry, our shelter. And next door we've got the shell cottage. And around us we've got semi-detached house and derelict squat. You click on each one, it tells you what's in them, what they are. So lots of food, huge amounts of materials, lots of meds, which is probably useful for her. Weapons and parts. In the house there is danger with other things. So people with guns possibly. You can die quite easily in this, by the way. In this one, huge amounts of materials, lots of weapons and parts. Well, this is easily the best one. It doesn't say there's any danger. There's no guarantee. So because she's ill, we won't send her out. We'll get her to sleep. That might make her better. But then if you're not guarding, someone could break in. So sometimes it's good to get someone to guard. So we'll get our fast runner to scavenge. And Bruno will guard. And we'll go to the shelled cottage. And what's he going to take with him? So if we had a gun or something, that might be handy. Protect ourselves, but we'll take lockpicks in case we find something we might want to pick. And this in case we have to barter with someone we might meet. And then we'll go. See what's happening here then. Okay. Right, so the house is still burning, so it's on fire. You can see a lot of it is hidden until we get near it, so it's quite mysterious in that sense. So let's grab everything we can at first, and we can always chop and change stuff as we go in. So if there was people in here that could harm us, we can't see them until we're really close. And we can't take everything because we're already full now. A toy, no use whatsoever. we roll them into one? No, so it's only a max of 2. So wood is going to be important as our component. So I don't think it matters too much about what we choose here. So let's just take wooden components at a random combination. There we go. Right. And we can dump some of those off if we find something more interesting. So you can do this thing called like peek. So you get like that line of vision where you can cut through the blur, and we can't see anyone. So you can never rule anything out with this. Okay, so fridge. Let's see if we can find some food. And then if we can, we'll probably dump some of the stuff off. Food, perfect. So let's get rid of those. And then we'll call these, and again, water, so important. I think we could do with some of that. So again, let's just get rid of some of those and try and get in as much water as we can, because I think that's important. Again, as we go through the house, we'll work out what's what. Herbs, we've got a few herbs already. We're not going to worry about that. And again, we are limited in time here, by the way. So it says 10 PM. Meds. Okay, well these are possibly going to be perfect for Katia. So let's get rid of one of these blocks of water. And these are going to be quite important, and some herbal meds. So let's get rid of another one of our woods. So I think at this stage it's really important to make sure that we should probably get him to run, because I don't think there's much danger in here. What have we got here? Yes, we've basically got this time limit here. No, I won't bother with any of this. We've all got plenty of those. Otherwise, we lose. So let's have a look through the keyhole before we use the lockpick. I mean, there could be something useful in here, but is it worth using a lockpick? I'm not going to use that yet. Okay, it's down here. We go into the basement. Okay. Again, lockpick. But then you've got to get through this first. So if you're going to get through this and waste loads of time, you've got to hope there's something good in here. Is there an outside? I don't know if there is. Let's go and... Yeah, see, that's something here, but again, you don't need to use a lockpick for that, so maybe this isn't going to take too long. Which it is. Okay, that's going to take a while. I don't think we'll have time. So what we'll do is we'll clear this one, which is probably going to take a while as well. And you can actually get shovels as well, by the way, which makes this a bit quicker, because we're actually just using our fists to do this. So if we actually, could use a shovel. If you had a shovel, this would take half the time. Taking quite a while. I wish I could... I don't know if you can speed up time. I mean, I can obviously leave. There's a quick way to exit, by the way. If you're in danger, just press this, and then your character will find the quickest way out to safety. But obviously, if you're going to run past someone who's got a gun in that escape, you could prove getting shot. So sometimes it helps to be sneaky and slower to exit an area, rather than fast. But I think we're right to run out here when we're done, because there's no one here. We're not in any danger. Nearly there. Are we 3/4 of the way through? Okay, we're through. So let's use one of our lock picks. Let's hope we sacrifice that well. There we go. Okay, so cigarettes, that's probably going to be happy for make us happy. Gunpowder, this is basically stuff to make weapons, so I mean, ammunition. I mean, we don't actually have a gun, but I think we can probably make one. We've got some wooden components back at home, so let's... You know, we can't take everything, but... Shell casings make ammo, but we could just take the ammo. Don't worry about the cigarettes. And... we'll take some... explosive, or gunpowder to go with that, and I think that'd be okay. We've got some meds. To be honest, we could also try and finish this. We might have time. I think that's an exit, that one. Yeah, that's the exit, I think. See if we can get done. If we run out of time, run out of time. We've got 4 bullets and no gun, but we can maybe stash them when we get back. We may have to arm ourselves later. Well, we will have to arm ourselves later, I can tell you. But whether or not we get attacked or we go on the attack, I guess, is up to us. We could become aggressive as survival becomes more and more important. I think the game, I haven't ever really got that far into it before, admittedly, but I don't think the game ends until you die, or all of your characters die. But yeah, as I say, it's been a while since I played, and I've not got that far in it before, so could be interesting if we can get a good long playthrough here over a series of videos. Okay. Now, can we grab this before time runs out? Oh. Weapon parts. A book. Fertilizer. Could get some weapon parts. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. We've armed ourselves. That's basically everything we're going to do here. So I'm going to exit. Okay. So that is the end of day and night 1. So I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.